Hello, yeah, gentlemen. Take the escalator, please. Thank you very much. Ladies, up the stairs. Thank you. Gents, you can take it. Escalator right to the top. Thank you very much. Ladies, take the stairs, please. Stairs. Gents, take the escalator. Ladies, take the stairs, please. Gents.
Hello, I'm Tiara Sabar from accounting major with name 17066245050. Today, we delve into a pressing issue that affects us all: gender inequality in the workplace. Despite the progress, many women still face discrimination, unequal pay, and limited opportunities. Join me as we explore the statistics and stories that highlight this critical challenge and discuss ways we can work together for the change. Based on data obtained from BPS, the average hourly wage of workers in Indonesia shows that women's wages or salary are 3,000 rupiah lower than men. Even for the average salary in general, women's salaries are 22% lower than men's. And why does this happen? Mostly because of the patriarchal mindset that many parents prioritize the education of boys over girls, and also the assumption that women should stay at home to focus on taking care of our family. In addition, the employment sector often influences the salary received. The trade community, social, and personal services sector are the most widely available employment opportunities for women. Work in the trade sector is the main choice for women, while the job status is commonly held by them as laborers or employees, as well as unpaid workers. This type of jobs and statuses generally offer lower wage standards because they are considered to have lower productivity. In contrast, men work more in capital-intensive sectors with professional, technician, and leadership positions that have higher wage standards because they are considered more productive. BPS data in 2017 shows that there are three sectors that provide the highest average wage or salary standards. The first is mining at 4.4 million per month, electricity, gas, and water sector at 3.92 million per month, and financial services sector at 3.87 million per month. Ironically, the number of female workers in these sectors is still small compared to the male workers. Based on data obtained from BPS until 2019, only 3.63% of the total managerial leaders in Indonesia were women. Even until 2023, only 35.02% of Indonesian women occupy managerial positions. And as we know, Mrs. Megawati Soekarno-Putri is the only women president in our beloved country. According to Cokroaminoto, the low participation of women in development, their tendency to be in less advantageous position is caused by several things. First is differences in the roles of men and women. There is a view that the roles of men and women are determined by biological factors, which often marginalize women. Second one is role in public and domestic space. Many people still believe that women's role is at home. This view reinforces the division of tasks between men and women, where men focus on work outside the home and women inside the home. Third one is double workload. The concept of double workload indicates that women often have to take care of both household and work, which prevents them from developing their full potential. And there's also the secondary role of women. This is an assumption that the role and function of women in society is considered less important, so that their position become marginal. Egley and Johnson in their research of gender and leadership styles found two main differences between men and women, masculine and feminine. Women tend to have a more democratic leadership styles than men. The female leadership style, known as interactive leadership, focus on personal experience, encourage participation from all the team members. The advantages of this style include facilitate and the expressions of ideas and suggestions, increase support for decision, reduce the risk of ideas being dismissed, and make it easier to find a replacement if a team member is absent. Overall, women's leadership styles can increase the effectiveness of teams and organizations. Based on data from UN Women, participation in pension schemes, only 26.3% of working women are enrolled in pension schemes, compared to 38.7% of men. This results in many women receiving much lower pension benefits. There is career impact. Women tend to have shorter careers and often experience career interruption due to family responsibilities, reducing their retirement fund accumulation. The wage issue that was mentioned earlier is also one of the inequalities in job benefits, not to mention the wages that are cut during the maternity and childbirth day off. A recent survey conducted by Populix revealed that 45% of Indonesian women experience unpleasant treatment at work. In a survey titled Women's Equality in Workplace, which was conducted between March 20 and 2024, which 424 respondents and 48% of them reported receiving unpleasant verbal treatment. This discrimination does not only come from male workers, but also from fellow women. As many as 33% of respondents admitted to experiencing discrimination from other women in the workplace. This form of discrimination includes 62% for who feel belittled through facial expression and 54% who receive negative comments. In addition, the survey also showed that 48% of women feel that they receive unequal pay compared to the male colleagues with the same responsibility, and only 43% of women hold leadership positions, while 53% of such positions are held by men. However, around 77% of respondents believe that the presence of a female leaders can have a positive impact on work culture and team dynamics. These discriminatory experiences have negative impact on work productivity, with many respondents feeling that their morale and motivation has been reduced as a result of such treatment. The conclusion of the analysis on gender gaps in women's salaries and role in the workplace shows that women in Indonesia still face various challenges that prevent them from getting the equality they deserve. Data from the Central Statistic Agency (BPS) show that the average salary of women is around 22% lower than men, and with the contribution of patriarchal mindset and traditional role division that are still strong in society. In addition, women are often trapped in low-wage jobs and experience discrimination in the workplace, both from male colleagues and fellow women. To achieve real gender equality in the workplace, it is important for all of us to take active steps, including first is promote education for all. Provide equal access to education for boys and girls so that they have equal opportunities for careers. Second one, changing mindset. Educating the public about the importance of women's roles in public and domestic spaces, and fighting for a fairer division of responsibility within the family. Support equal pay policies. Advocate for the implementation of gender-neutral wage policies in companies and institutions, and ensure that women receive equal compensation to men for equal work. 4. Increasing women's participation in management. Encourage companies to provide greater opportunities for women to occupy managerial and leadership positions. 5. Addressing discrimination in the workplace. Creating a work environment free from discrimination by involving all parties in gender awareness, training, and anti-discrimination policies. By taking these steps, we can help create a fairer and more equal work environment for all individuals, regardless of their gender. Let's come together to fighting for gender equality in the workplace for a better future. Thank you.